This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio.
Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes on Born to Ride Radio.
Welcome to Born to Ride Radio, another edition this Thursday evening. Yes, sirree. It's the end of the month, 7:30.
Going by so fast.
Yes, it is. That means next Wednesday is Duke's.
Oh, I thought you were going to say hump day.
Yep.
That too, right?
Hey, I'm Fester Jenkins.
I'm Mama Dukes, and we're back in the studio with Ron and Debbie Galletti. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good to be here as always.
They look refreshed, don't they? At least Ron does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He just has a different...
It's the
I was going to say the last couple.
Maybe it's the shirt.
Maybe it is.
Yes.
The last couple of weeks, it just seemed like something was weighing on him, or and he just seems to be.
He's usually like so disconnected, but he's in there. Like he'll just be doing his thing, and then he'll be like, yeah, and pick up right where we're at. I'm like, are you even paying attention?
Sunday.
Yeah.
race fan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that baby blue shirt. It's bringing out
your- I think so.
It's
bringing
gotta
out
be
those
that.
hazel eyes.
Plus, we were down in Fort Myers today.
Yeah.
It was early morning.
Early morning start.
It's a good little drive.
Yeah, that's a haul.
We were
Yeah.
down in Avon Park, and it seemed like
Yeah, it seems like we've been driving today.
all day.
Really down 60 and then 27. Is that how you go?
Yep.
So, how's the week been?
Good.
Good.
Good week. Yep. Productive.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
a lot of cool stuff as usual. A lot of exciting things, even in a hard time that's going on with our country and America. And we're just fighting it every day, like America should be fighting, and we're fighting it and trying to survive like everybody else. But in the motorcycle community, is a lot of great people doing a lot of great things. So we just our glass has to be half full.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
And we just have to keep pushing. And hopefully this whole thing will get over with. The bars open back up, and bike nights, bars, restaurants, bike rallies. Oh, we've been hit hard, and so has
absolutely.
so many other businesses and bartenders and waitresses and just people in the industry.
Our
And,
hearts go out to those in Ybor City. Ooh.
Well, before we get
Ooh,
started,
yeah.
let's talk about relieving stress. The cruise. Have you heard anything? We haven't heard from Laura in a couple weeks.
Yeah, they're still working on it, but it's so. With us, it's like, wow, who wants to do a cruise? Maybe we should take a poll. Would you guys rather fly somewhere or take a cruise? Let us know. Email us or
863-225-2000.
or
Exactly,
call or
call
text,
in.
however you want to get to us.
The cruise
let us
lines,
know.
the cruise lines have been like a moving target lately. So, we feel bad for those guys. They have the plans in place and everything going, but like I said, it's a moving target, and so they're
Everything
keeping
is.
it-
I mean,
yes,
it's, you're talking about schools. They're trying. They're really trying hard, but it's just everything is just it's so fluid.
I heard they got extended out another 2 weeks or something. Did your
August 24th looks like
Okay.
they're going to all go back in the state of Florida. So,
That's what
Yeah.
they're saying now.
yeah.
The cruise is still on. People are booking rooms,
Oh,
and
yes.
they're excited about it. But it's got that burden of indecision. Like, man, who's going to take a cruise right now? Or are they going to cancel it? Or,
Right.
some multi-million-dollar companies trying to pull this stuff off. And it's kind of scary when you think about it. And do you want to be on a cruise? But, I mean, it sounds good to me.
Right
just
now,
like-
it sounds good.
Hey.
A cocktail in the hand and a butt in a seat on the cruise.
Yeah, and just seasickness the whole nine yards.
Right.
That's me.
That's me too.
Seasickness.
Man.
But we did get some really nice news this week. And every year, since 9/11, since 2001. A great group of guys called the Blue Knights, and they are a military, law enforcement, not so much military, but law enforcement riding group. And every year since 2001, they've been honoring and remembering those that were lost in 9/11. And they said they're forging forward again this year. They're having their 9/11 ride. And Rubenstein Law stepped up to the plate and said, look, this is something, we're glad these people will never, ever let this be forgotten. And they stepped up to the plate, and that ride's going on September 11th. So we will have that flyer for you next week.
Okay.
It's in Sarasota, so some good things happening there. So that's great. Even in the worst of times, these guys will not forget the officers they lost
And
in New York City.
None of us
Exactly.
should. None of us
Yeah, we should never
Yeah.
forget that. And it's great that the Blue Knights and the guys are putting that on, and we're excited to be a part of that.
Everyone's invited, all clubs, all riders, everyone invited to join in. And they have a real nice ceremony as well. They used to go out to the beach and place some nice wreaths in the water and have a nice ceremony. Due to the constraints, there's the ceremony's shortened, but it's still going to happen. So hats off to you guys. Keep it going. Yep. That's great.
Yeah. And again, we want to thank Rubenstein Law, stepped up to the plate. They've been representing bikers since 1988. They have 10 offices in the state of Florida, since we're Florida, with Born to Ride here. And if you need hopefully you don't, but if you do need them, they're there for you, and they're not out preaching injury. They're out preaching riding safe and educating riders and bikers to just have a good, safe journey on their in their travels. So Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Want to thank them for being a great sponsor to Born to Ride.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we've got Jeff Hires on the line here, folks. You want to?
Jeff's got some racing.
I think
He says he's got some exciting news.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff.
Jeff, you
Hey,
there?
Jeff.
Hey, I'm here, man. How's things going down there?
Awesome.
Everything's going good? They haven't shut everything down yet?
We're not going to let him.
Yeah.
The party
we
must
can't
go
let 'em.
on. And so where are you?
I am sitting in a parking lot ready to go have a martini, actually.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken,
No.
not stirred.
I'm like, I got to go get me an extra dirty martini tonight. It's been stressful.
How many olives?
I love the olives with the, what is it, the blue cheese in them.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, I'm like, yep, add them all in there. I'll add 10 of them in there. That'll be my dinner and liquid dinner.
So what are we celebrating tonight,
We've
Jeff?
got some new racing coming up, right?
Yeah, we got a deal done. Robbie McClendon over there in Pensacola, Florida. He owns Pensacola Dirt Track over there. And, he helped me do my transponders down at the Tampa race. And he promotes that big deal in Greenville, Ohio. So we teamed up, and we've got a 2-day, 3 events, huge race at Pensacola Dirt Track. And that is September the 18th on a Friday night. And then Saturday, we will be over at Southern Raceway over in Milton, which I think is maybe 10 miles away from his facility. And we got a TT race during the day and a 3/8 mile at night, with a $5,000 quad purse. And, man, we just put it out, got the flyers done, which, Ron, I think you got it.
I did. I saw that, but get us a high-res version. We maybe could get it into the magazine.
Yeah,
we could get it.
perfect. Yep.
We still have time to get it in there.
Yep.
And of
I'll
course,
send
we'll
you
be
an
one.
email out.
We'll step up and be a media sponsor for you because we believe in racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a pretty big deal. We've already got calls from all over the country on this, and you throw those quad guys some money, and they're going crazy. So it'll be a quad event and a motorcycle event. So we're excited about that, and having a 2-day awesome event up there.
And Pensacola, I mean, you're bringing people from the southeast, so that's Alabama, Tennessee, North and South Carolina, and also Georgia can all come, as well as Florida. So we have the
Ryan,
Born to Ride Southeast magazine as well.
Perfect. And, I got a lot of people coming out of the Midwest to this thing as well. So that's exciting. And then I just got a call today. Can't give too much detail on it, But man, it's exciting and it's in Florida, so that's exciting.
Okay.
But it would be a flat track mile event. So, usually we're on a half mile or short tracks or a 3/8, but this is a mile horse track. And I'll just say it's up in the Ocala area.
Ooh, yeah.
And the guy that I'm working with, you guys might already know him, but I can't give a name out yet. He like goes to Sturgis. He does a bunch of events, Laconia. He's like, look, I'll get 1,000 bikers out here with my eyes closed. So, he manages this facility. So he's very excited. We're just waiting on the
Jason
final
Momoa?
details.
Just
Jason?
listen to her.
He's guessing.
Wow.
I
Are
always
you
throw his
fishing?
name around for anything. One day he's going to
Right?
step.
One day he'll show up at one of those
day.
events.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably Strip Club Johnny.
But hey, listen. So this facility, we were talking today about it, and it's on 300 acres. And they're talking, or he's talking, man, we can bring in a band for Saturday night after the races and make this one big bash. And then, so look, that one would be the week after Pensacola. So, man, I could just drive right from Pensacola and head to the next track over around Ocala and have 2 weekends in a row.
And party in the pasture
And
all night long.
that's September-ish?
September, yeah.
That would be
Okay.
September, like the 25th.
Oh, you
for that
need
one,
to get
correct.
on that one then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here before you know
absolutely.
it.
So, and I think with him knowing everybody down there, and of course my good friends at Born to Ride magazine, right? I think we can make this thing happen.
Yeah, we cover the state for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. So
We're getting new
some
shirts
exciting
made.
news.
We got your back. That's our new shirt.
got my back.
We got your back.
Love it. Hey, it's great when somebody's got your back 1,500 miles away. Hell, nobody's got my back up here.
Yeah, and we got your
That's
back
what
for
I said, I
that.
might as well move to Florida.
We got your back for that Ohio race you're doing too.
Yeah, and that one, I just got a call from the health department, actually from the facility for that Lima deal. And, they informed me that, hey, well, now the health department's thinking that there's not going to be anything going on in the fall up in Ohio. So, and it's a county by county basis.
Well, keep us up
And,
to date
so
on that one.
Yep.
Right. I said we'll make a determination on that at the end of August, but I've also got another one I'm looking at that's just as of a great facility, not farther south in Ohio, and they've been doing some things. So it's just a crazy world right now with all this COVID. You don't know from one day to the next what the hell's going to go on.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, Jeff, and giving us an update there. It sounds
Yeah.
like some exciting things happening in September here in the state of Florida.
That's right. With racing.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, we'll all be in touch. Miss you guys, and you guys stay safe down there.
Okay,
All right, man.
great.
Let's get an
You do the
update.
same.
Give
Thanks
us
for
another
calling
update next week for sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome.
Get us the
Sounds
ad.
great. Thanks.
All
Thank
right,
you, brother.
thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Stay safe. And I believe we've got Dave Nichols online too right now.
Dave is always part of the party.
Hello, Davey.
Hey kids, how's Fester and Mama doing?
I'm really doing good. How about yourself?
We're kicking it.
Yeah.
I always love. He calls us kids all the time. It just rejuvenates me whenever he says that. All right, I'll take that.
Hey, can we please go back to talking about the what was he talking about? Dirty martinis.
Yeah, he was.
He was talking about dirty martinis in the health department. It was all the same conversation.
And dirt.
You just catch pieces of it.
That's right. Hey, and you know what? I'm all on his side. He was right. The olives with the blue cheese in them are pretty damn great. Let me tell you, they're really good. Try them, folks.
They've done a lot with olives. There's jalapenos in them. There's garlic in them. There's almonds. Yeah. It's a festival. We'll have to have a little sampling next week. I'll bring some olives. We'll do a vote.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So, Dave, we got you away from your master control system up there. How are you today, man? We got a lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of weeks here at Born to Ride. You took the helm. the boat's kind of the ship is steering in the right direction. We're gaining ground. We're not going to hit any icebergs or nothing. Like the Titanic.
Any sandbars?
Yeah.
We're in Florida.
Yeah, sandbars. But yeah, it's. I mean, the response to the magazine has been really great. We had a chance to break it down last week. Probably this is going to be part 2 of that one, but this week on Born to Ride TV, there's a great feature on what we did last week. So people are going to get to actually hear it and see it. And seems like we've been getting good response, man. How are you feeling about everything?
Yeah, I just figure, you can't go fast enough for me. I'm loving the heck out of this, and we've got a lot to do that we've been talking about doing just in the last few days that is going to change the way the look and feel of the magazine a little bit, and I think people are going to love it because it's much more about the biker community that we love and taking care of each other and the real getting back to the roots of what riding a motorcycle is all about, And I had a great talk today with Mr. Rick Fairless, who is a well-known bike builder all over the world. He was in the biker build-off shows on Discovery Channel, and he had that wonderful show on Speed Channel called Texas Hardtails. It was basically him yelling at people for a half an hour each episode.
Oh yeah, man, he's larger than life. You
Ron
really talked
needs
to
his
Rick
own
today?
show doing that.
I mean, he's like a rock and roll biker superstar, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to do. There's a new thing that we're doing in the magazine called Biker Legends about some of the amazing people that populate the motorcycle industry that we love. And of course, we did Jody Perowitz in the July issue. And then we've got Pete Hill. We've got one on Pete Hill, famous racer in the Carolinas, and Rick Fairless from Dallas, Texas. And he said, "Well, how do I get them magazines? Can you send me some to sell out here?" Yes, we can.
Yes, you can sell them.
We'll put them in the mail tomorrow to him. I guess we'll Google his information and get it to us, and we'd love to do that. But another biker legend right there. Everybody knows him. I mean, everybody knows him from being on TV, but he's all across all platforms. But he's a good guy in our industry too, and I think that's so important to give props to the good guys out there who really work hard every day. Like you said, get up early in the morning and work all day. It's important.
Yeah, his whole thing is that every day he gets up, he can't wait to go to work. He loves what he does. He is living the dream, and isn't that just the best? You don't get better than that. And I didn't know how the whole thing started. He told me the story about how he had been working. Believe it or not, Rick Fairless had been working for Glidden Paint for 20 years. He was their top salesman in the whole country, and he decided he wanted to do what he loved most in the world. And that is he loves motorcycles, and he had to figure out a way to do something with motorcycles. So people used to go out to his house, all of his riding buddies, they'd go out to Rick's place. He had like 3 acres, and they'd go, and he had a garage that was a shop and a big tub full of beer, and the wives would be out there making barbecue, and the kids were running around, and it was just like a great thing to do. You go for a bike ride, and you go over to Rick's house. So he said, how can I do this and make a living at it? And the beauty of it is that's pretty much exactly what it's like when you go to Stroker's Dallas. It's about, I think it's 2.5 acres. He's got the Ice House, which is a bar and grill. He's got a bike shop. He used to sell Big Dog motorcycles, and he sells used Harleys and stuff out of there. Full shop in the back to work on your bike. He's got next door to it, he's got a place that works on classic cars and hot rods. And you just go and hang out and talk about motorcycles and have a beer. And there's these gorgeous beer tub girls that, are running around. And he's got live bands on the weekends. And it's like a roadside attraction. You go by and there's like dinosaurs on the roof and stuff. It's just crazy.
And he's a flamboyant guy. He's known for like the tie-dye and the very colorful motorcycles in his attire.
Every time I see
Right,
tie-dye,
right.
I think of Rick.
Absolutely, yeah. He loves the '60s, and he loves Marilyn Monroe and Janis Joplin, and he likes all the music from the '60s, and so his whole place is like tie-dyed, and all the shirts are tie-dyed, and everybody has to have a Rick Fairless T-shirt because they're pretty cool. And then everything, his custom bikes have these crazy wild paint jobs, very psychedelic. We used to feature him a bunch in the magazines, and just the best guy. So I got to talk to him and write up an article for a future issue of Born to Ride magazine. And man, you talk about just a great guy who has lived the dream. And he goes, that's it. This is not a drill. You might as well be having a good time and do what you love.
Man, that's really exciting, Dave. And that's where we're breaking this new ground every day with your vision and your connections, of course. But, I bet you even have some in the Legends department. There's probably some. I know we did Jody as far as a woman, but there's even more women out there too, right? Legend women that you're probably talking to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a great talk with Genevieve Schmidt.
Genevieve?
Yeah.
She's
Genevieve
awesome.
Schmidt is. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, so Genevieve Schmidt is going to come on board, and we're going to do an article on her, and she would even be open to writing something for us from time to time.
Wow.
That would be honorable.
Kind of
I mean,
She's like the godmother
really
of the women's motorcycling.
Yeah. I mean, she's put in a lot of time and gained a lot of respect for what she does, and she's worked very, very hard. And again, another big name, man, that you just pulled out of the hat, Genevieve Smith. Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting. People don't know this about her. Not only did she start some women in motorcycling magazines that changed the whole, gave women an ability to have what they want to see in a motorcycle magazine. This was like a first, and she was actually, people don't know this, she was hired by Harley Davidson a few years back when they realized that they had a lot of women riders. They wanted to cater to these women riders. But you all remember, fellas, what Harley dealerships used to look like many years ago.
Yeah.
Only black T-shirts.
One of the things she did, and every woman who's listening to this, you have Genevieve Schmidt to thank.
Yes.
If you go into a Harley dealership and go into the ladies' room and it looks nice in there, she's the one that went out there. Oh no, this is not going to work. You can't have a bathroom that looks like this if women are coming in here.
I can remember the old Harley shops. You go, the mechanic would be at the front counter. I mean, just waiting.
Well, if you need to use the restroom, that big tub of orange goop was there that you wash your hands with. And,
And the walls were always dirty.
Oh yeah, and the guys always missed. So thank you, Genevieve. Woo! Good job, girl.
But she traveled all around the country and actually internationally as well, promoting the lifestyle of women riding, and she broke so much ground in that. I remember we worked with her years and years ago at Harley of Brandon. She was doing a tour, and we were just part of the promotion. Man, that's awesome. That's really a caliber of respect putting on the pages there and working with people like that, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there literally isn't anybody in the motorcycle industry, in the whole world, the biker world that we know, anywhere in the world that we can't get to and that we can't reach out to and do fun things with. That's the whole point. And the beauty of doing these different things, like now we've got Facebook and YouTube and Chopper Town and all these different ways to get the word out to people. So, what's really interesting to me about that is Born to Ride has been known as being, at first it was Florida centric, and now it's sort of in the whole South. You have Born to Ride. You know, you instantly become legitimate when you start having these kind of people associated with Born to Ride. And because of the way media works today, we can be worldwide with a snap of a finger. You know, it's not difficult anymore, you know, to reach out to people all over the world. So
it's just like the app here at Boss Hog Radio.
Oh, yeah.
We just got a guy messages from Australia. I mean, is that not powerful, man? That's right there at our fingertips.
I got a email this afternoon when I got into the studio. A guy from Russia listens on a regular basis, says, hey, could you please mail me any kind of, you know, memorabilia, any type of, you know, stuff there. So we're going to have to figure out what it's going to take to mail a T-shirt or a coffee mug to Russia, I suppose.
We'll throw in some Born to Ride stickers.
Yeah,
in there, too.
yeah, absolutely.
yes, you send me the coffee cup. I send to you Russian bride.
It's a vodka. So with Genevieve, I mean, really it's about telling stories and other people's stories. We always make it about others rather than us. And we want to keep that going. And with other new storytellers, we're just telling more stories. So that takes people on a trip, you know. And I think it's very important. So we got the women. We've got somebody like Rick. Well, I was thinking, and I know, what about technical stuff? You know, like tech tips, Dave. What do you got on that?
Well, I'll tell you. We have the world's best tech tip writer.
No way.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Of
There's
course.
Wait, there's more.
A Kinzu knife set. And you get.
All right,
Yeah.
technical.
This guy-
Who are we talking about,
Yeah.
Dave?
This guy, let me just tell you, he is a mechanic, so he actually does the work on the bike, shoots pictures of it, writes the article, does the whole thing. I mean, you've seen what he does. And his name is John Sullivan. He used to be the editor of Hot Rod Bikes. He was the editor for me of Road Iron Magazine, which is a bagger magazine. And he's been doing tech tips since Hector was a pup. So this guy knows everybody in the industry. He's well loved in the whole industry. And I called him up. He retired and moved to Texas. And I said, "What are you doing, John?" "Oh, I'm just, sitting here. I got a couple minutes. I got to take the dog out for a walk." Well, how would you like to do some tech tips? And it's like he couldn't say yes fast enough. So John Sullivan's going to be working with us, and that's going to add a lot of legitimacy, and especially for the advertisers out there that we have. They say, "Look, we've got the best tech guy in the world that's going to, do the writing on your tech tip."
And that's like product reviews, what's hot, industry news, industry stuff like that too, right?
Absolutely.
Man, that's another missile in the arsenal, man. We're coming up on a break. We got more to ask you about, Dave. We have to break it down.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man. Don't go away, people. You don't want to miss what's coming up next.
You're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hog Radio Network. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Check out the all-new BornToRide.com with radio, TV, industry, adventure, events, magazine, social media, and much more. It's the all-new BornToRide.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1, get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer on average got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
This is Boss Hog Radio. home of Born to Ride Radio. You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation by calling 863-225-2000.
And why wouldn't you want to join? 863-225-2000. You're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. I'm Fester Jenkins.
I'm Mama Dukes, and we are in the studio with Ron and Debbie Galletti, and we have Dave Nichols on the phone.
Yes, welcome back, Dave.
Yes.
Got
You
any?
there?
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's there.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
We left off with bringing on Mr. Sullivan to do our give us
Tech.
some tech tips in the media, on our media. Dave, what kind of, like, how important is it to have tech tips and share tech tips with bikers?
Well, I'll tell you, there are so many different parts of this. One is it's important for the advertisers to have a way to get what they want to, impart to the audience out there in a way that every person can understand. And it's down to the average rider, for the average person who's out there, they want to see the latest, coolest products. And, it doesn't matter if you advertise or don't advertise. What we want is the latest, coolest products to show our readers. So if you have something like that, we want to know about it. We want to show people the new neat stuff that's out there. So that's one part of it. You need someone who's out there fishing for those kinds of things. But then there are so many little things that people can do in their own garage that is easy to do. And I know that new motorcycles are, they have computers and everything. It's not like the old days where you could field strip your Harley by the side of the road, and you just have a piece of twine and you can get home.
They are a lot more sophisticated, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are, yeah. But
Which makes it all the more reason to have, the technical expertise there. I mean,
And yeah, just
and
some
the insight.
knowledge and background. Just get familiar with some terminology.
yeah, absolutely. And just simple things like people want to know how to remap their bikes to go a little faster. And, that's all electronic stuff now, but it's not difficult. And so there are a million things that people want to know about their bikes that they would do themselves if they could. Some of it's pretty simple, but you don't think about it. And it's better than spending, $50 an hour down at the Harley dealership or $100 an hour. We used to call HD that mean
$100,
like
another $100.
Hundy, get your Hundy out. That's true.
Really true. Yeah. So it's very important to have the right people doing tech tips for you, and it doesn't take up much space in the magazine. It doesn't take up a lot of real estate, but it is an important thing to have. So we've got the best, and you know what else we've got coming down the road?
Do
Everybody,
tell.
hold on to your chairs.
Drum roll.
Thank you. Yes, we have the world's.
Here it comes.
Yes.
Wait for it. Perfect, Fester.
Yeah.
The world.
I'm not going to tell you now.
Oh, okay. Aw.
No, we have a very dear friend of mine who is the world's finest motorcycle lifestyle photographer on the planet, Mr. Michael Lichter, who, I've worked with Mike for 30 years, and he's going to be contributing to us from time to time and doing things with the magazine. And there isn't a nicer human being on earth than Michael Lichter. In fact, I'm sort of sad I'm going to miss going to Sturgis this year because he's got his motorcycles as art museum that he does out at the Buffalo Chip every year.
I know. We got the invitation, too, and we're not going to be there this year either. Darn it.
And neither am I. Another year missed. That's on my bucket list. I haven't gone yet.
That's a big miss.
Yes.
That's a hard miss.
Now, when you mentioned Michael Lichter's name, everybody just kind of puckers up, and other photographers go, "Oh my!" He's that known in our industry, but you know what? His work speaks for itself, and How important is to work with people like that, Dave?
Well, it not only gives you instant legitimacy, but he really is the hardest working person that I've ever met. He would go to Sturgis, and he would be up at 6 a.m. and going out there and shooting stills all day, all over the place, nonstop. And then, he shows up, usually back at the house at about 2 a.m, after all the parties have died down. And then he's up again, doing it again. And he does that all week, 10 days during Sturgis. And he's shooting all these bikes that are out at his museum show as well. So, because that's how he would get like the coolest, latest, neatest bikes in the magazine. Is they're fresh, they're right there, and he would set up a place to shoot at Sturgis. So yeah, it's that kind of work ethic is, you can't make someone do that. They either are that way or they're not that way.
Yeah,
and
and
Mike is like that.
You can't work all day if you don't start in the morning. Billy Stevens used to say that about the Iron Horse Saloon, but it was you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's what I was going to say. I think he changed that a little bit.
But, you talk about him getting up at 6 a.m. I know why. Because he wanted to get that magical hour when the sun appears, and the best lighting in the world is at that time or sunset. And he probably the day before scouted out, knew exactly where he was going to go to get the optimum shot for that particular image he was looking for.
Yep, I guarantee it. In fact, one year we were at Sturgis, and he was riding backwards on a motorcycle, and his assistant was piloting the bike, and, a buffalo roamed right out in front of him, and the bike went down, and they got kind of scraped up, but they got the bike back up, and they got back on the road and came to where we were staying, and it's just before sunset. Mike runs into the room, he slaps a bandage on his elbow, and goes back out there and jumps on the bike and goes, come on, it's golden hour. We got to get out there.
Yeah, that's the magical hour, man. So
that's him.
So we were able to secure a few of his photos in this issue, the July issue of Born to Ride, with Heaven Fields on the cover, red, white, and blue patriotic. A few pictures in the Jody Parowitz Biker Legend feature. Right now, they could see Michael Lichter's photographs in Born to Ride.
Fastest girl on two wheels.
But you're telling us, Dave, it's going to be even more into the future with Michael?
Absolutely. Yeah, yep, absolutely. And, that's also indicative of the kind of people that we're going to draw to us, because Mike is... He's just the best there is. But, I've got a big bag of tricks here that I'm opening up a little bit at a time. We have our pick of the best people in the industry. And that's pretty exciting. It really is.
Well, I want to tell you now, as far as the new July issue, it's been in the studio here for the last week. And this week I've had no less than 2 different people that just come through the Boss Hogg Radio studio, and they pick it up and look at it, and they're looking at the cover photo, and they're going through and they're saying, what, there's no more of her inside? So just a little heads up there. We're a little disappointed that there wasn't more of Michael's artwork.
Yeah, well, he didn't do the cover shot.
So
but
that was you calling the office.
This week, one of the photos of Heaven had over 1 million hits. Believe it or not, Dave, I don't know if we told you about that, but I'm not joking. I'm serious. And it was a big mystery. Deb was watching our Facebook numbers. She goes, something's not right. And she thought we got hacked or something. But we had internal people check it out, and it actually was
legit.
Because of one of Heaven's pictures that Eric Runyon took.
Yes, Eric Runyon got a great shot of her.
But, Dave, I want to go back a little bit. When you were talking about tech tips and why should we put someone in the magazine who's not paying? I mean, that's a great philosophy there you have, and why do that? Why just put stuff? Is that for the reader itself so they could check out? I mean, fill us in on that philosophy.
Yeah, it really works in every possible way. One is The reader gets the coolest, newest stuff. That's important. So that's number one. Number two is you might have a new company. Maybe they're a mom and pop shop. Maybe they don't have money to advertise right now. But if you put their new product in your magazine, they're going to remember that kindness. And the day will come when they can afford to advertise, and they will remember you. And by golly, they will advertise in your magazine when everybody else in the industry told them to get lost. We are telling them, no, we want you. And that's how it works. You know, you only get good from doing good. I'm telling you.
Well, that's like karma. But, I mean, it's really cool, too, because you could be on the ground floor to a new product, a new company. You could break the news on an exclusivity or an exclusive news, things like that. So I believe that. And, you know, that's kind of been things that we have been doing. But on a larger scale, it's so important. And that's why I wanted to just the philosophy behind that. I wanted you to explain it.
Yeah, it's true. It used to be that people would be new to the industry and they would try to go to different motorcycle magazines, and there were certain magazines that would just tell them, look, if you take out an ad, we'll do a little something editorially in there for you. But if you didn't take out an ad, they didn't want to talk to you. And I never believed that was the way to go, because people remember that. And then when they can't afford to advertise, they're not going to, because you treated them poorly. So why would you do that? You know, especially when you really do want to show the reader the best new stuff that's out there. And so if you're kind to everyone, it absolutely does come back to you, and it's a benefit to the reader, and it's a benefit to the magazine, you know, to the company. It's a good business practice.
I love that philosophy, David. And I like the leadership that you're bringing to the table. And, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, but we brought you on for a reason, and that's for you to right the ship a little bit and keep it going in a good direction. So, you know, you can never know it all on my part, for sure. And we're excited about it. But you know what? Sturgis is coming up, man. And the Black Hills, the majestic Black Hills of Sturgis, South Dakota. I mean, let's give a tribute to Sturgis and give us some word from Chopper Daddy on.
Oh yeah,
what is Sturgis, man? If you've never been there, or you have to go there time and time again, and you still don't see it all. But tell us about what, you know. Give us the experience of a Sturgis lifestyle. Yeah.
Oh, the crowd is going crazy. It's their
calm down over there.
And it's their 80th anniversary this year.
Yeah, man. How powerful is the Sturgis Rally, Dave? Elaborate. Testify.
If you have not, I will. If you have not been to Sturgis, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me just tell you, it is the ultimate motorcycle rally. It is motorcycle mecca. It is Harley heaven on earth. It is 500,000 of your best friends that you haven't met yet. It is a way to go see family you only see once a year and meet people that you're going to be friends for life. And the coolest thing about the sacred Black Hills, the Lakota Indians are out there, it is the most amazing riding you've ever been. It is just phenomenal, from riding your motorcycle, seeing Mount Rushmore, eating some of Thomas Jefferson's ice cream. It is unlike any other event in the world. And the people love you and want you to be there. And I'm telling you, they don't want you to just drop your chain wallet and leave with all, you know, just throw your money down. They genuinely mean it. You go to the First Presbyterian Church for their all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast, and little old gray-haired grannies come up to you and serve you big slabs of ham, and, you know, you got every kind of fixing you want, every kind of eggs and everything that you want with your coffee. And they say, did you get enough to eat, honey? And they say, you come back and see us tomorrow, and you ride safe out there. And the thing is, they mean it. They genuinely want you to come back, and they like you. That's the difference. People rent out their backyard so you can set up a tent in them. You know, it's just good people, and you will meet people from all over the earth there. You know, you will see the latest, coolest products from people. You'll see things you've never seen anywhere else in your life, guaranteed. It is absolutely the best motorcycle rally on the planet. And I hope that if you do go, anybody that hears this, I hope you'll go see Woody out there at the Buffalo Chip, because that is the epicenter, I want to say, of the Sturgis experience. You go out there, if it exists on this world, Woody's got it going on out there. Let me tell you. Yeah, hooligan races and all kinds of stuff. It is amazing.
Tire blowouts.
Yeah.
But Dave, the beauty of America, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Sturgis, the Black Hills. I mean, from the Badlands to Devil's Tower to, you know, the iconic Mount Rushmore. I mean, gosh, it's Deadwood. How beautiful. How
it is.
Tell us about the beauty, man, when you're riding and when the wind's in your face.
Yeah, it is stunning. I mean, it truly is. You know, even for people that they send their bikes and they fly into Rapid City, the moment you get there, you know, it is, when you think about America and you think about riding a motorcycle, this is what you're thinking about. You're thinking about going to Sturgis. And you go to Deadwood, really, Deadwood, where it still looks like Deadwood. I mean, it's the coolest place in the world. You know, and you go into the walk, you look up the street, and it's like it's where history was made. You know, and there are more amazing things to see within 100 miles of Sturgis than anywhere I have been in this country. And the Black Hills really are black. You look, how does that work? You know, it's like they are, though. It's blue sky, and if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, because it's constantly changing. Most beautiful sunsets, and just incredible riding. The riding is worth it all by itself.
What about Needles Highway and Custer State Park?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
The switchbacks. I mean, God, elaborate a little on that. Testify if you can on that for us.
I rode behind a big Boss Haas V8 in the hairpins in that Needles Highway, and he could barely swing those corners.
Yeah, there's another corner coming up every second, so you got to be alert.
And you know,
sure.
when you ride through Custard State Park, you can ride there with a hangover, and there's so much lush greenery. By the time you get to the other side, there's so much oxygen. You're like wide awake. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the first time we went to Sturgis, I was filming everywhere on my bike riding, and I had to stop. We were getting into Custer State Park, and I had to stop and charge the batteries on the camera. Everybody was making fun of me, going, "Oh man, Super Dot, got to charge your battery. Got to wait for Ron. I said, you know what? Something's going to come up, and I'm gonna need these batteries. The next thing you know, we get on the road, we're riding, and all the traffic is backed up. So it's either an accident or wildlife. And sure enough, a buffalo, right where we were parked, a big buffalo came right down the hill and walked right in front, and I went right to the front, and I got him on camera, and then a whole herd came right behind him, about 200 right in front of us, man. You could feel it on the ground shaking, and I filmed every one of them going by. I was like in heaven, and I couldn't wait to tell them, I told you, damn. But that's the kind of stuff that happens, man. It's just unbelievable stuff.
And where else can that happen? You know, there
Exactly.
isn't any other rally I know of. You know, I mean, I love going to Daytona Bike Week. I love going to Laconia, but there is nothing else like Sturgis. That is for sure.
What about when you're on the moon? I mean, the Badlands, because it's like you're in like Mars or the moon.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's so different. The geography or whatever you call it is so different. Isn't that a crazy place,
The
man?
terrain.
You know,
Oh,
out by
it is.
Wall Drugs and all that.
We had to do a bike feature out there, and I was with Mike Lichter, and we stopped at Wall Drug because you have to.
Have to.
I mean, you have
It's
to.
like south of
you
the
know,
border.
You're there it is. You got to stop there, right? And so we go into the Badlands goes on like that forever.
It
You
does.
could be just driving for, you know, hours, and it's just like you're on the frickin' moon or Mars or somewhere, you know, except it's probably there are probably fewer things there. I mean, you know, at least if you go to the moon or to Mars, there's, you know, all kinds of alien bases there, but not in the Badlands. It's just, you just drive and there's these weird, you know, formations, rock formations and things that it's like going back in time. You expect to see dinosaurs, you know, running across the street. You know, it's just, it is not like anything else you've ever seen.
And I'm sure a lot of bikers have seen those dinosaurs on their drive, or they think they have.
Yeah, very, very true. And, you know, I wanted to make a comment. You were talking about the cover of the July issue and how many, what'd you say, like a million hits on Facebook or
Deb,
something like that?
tell us about that real quick, Deb, if you can. What happened with that?
Well, it got the photo got into a certain writing group, and the writing group shared it
from India.
From overseas, and they have a viral group and shared it, and it just imploded in one night. And I kept hearing ping, 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 and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I thought, you know, something was going offline, and sure enough, they were all like commenting. Yes, That's
awesome.
Well, there was the photo shoot from the cover as well that we put on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So it was a nice tribute to Heaven. She did a good job for us on the cover. She's a great model to work with, and Eric staged the whole photo shoot there and made sure. Eric's great about making sure the outfits match the bike and so forth, and the two together, nice combination, and it was really appreciative.
Yeah, because I think that would be a good formula. Mm-hmm. You know, if you put a pretty girl on a motorcycle, no one else is doing that.
Yeah, no.
You know?
And next month we're gonna have a centerfold for Fester.
Yeah. So we're gonna carry on that tradition more. I want to give a quick shout out to Jarrett because he's probably in the studio now editing, and he listens to the show and he's monitoring it. And you know, Jarrett, you're doing a great job, man. I hope you're listening, and I hope you got a smile on your face right now because we're thinking about you, bro.
Yeah. Jared works hard.
Yeah, and he's going to be editing. The reason why I wanted you to talk about, listen up, Jared, because the reason why we wanted to elaborate on Sturgis is because now we have narration to put great images of the Sturgis rally to what we were just talking about. So we're going to bring it to life even more. And we had a little plan right there. So Jarrett's on board with that, and we'll be finding some old Sturgis footage that we have and some dynamic stuff, man, and bring the viewers right into it. You know, Spearfish Canyon. Mm-hmm. You know, Spearfish Canyon on a full moon, it's almost like it's lit up, the mountains. Have you noticed that, Dave? It's crazy at night.
Yeah. It's like you're in a movie because the lighting can't actually be that good in real life, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, at nighttime, it almost looked like it was lit up. And then you see them big old white mountain goats and, you know, powerful stuff out there. You just never know.
Bridal Veil Fall is
beautiful.
beautiful.
The falls, and, you know, just there's.
What was nice about Spearfish, you got up in the morning and you went downstairs for breakfast. Oh, what's for breakfast? Trout. Okay.
and
trout for breakfast. And then you come
Speckled
back at
trout.
night, you ride all day long, 200 miles, you ride, take bottles of water with you because the air is dry there. And you get back and you go, oh, what's for dinner? And they go, trout. Okay, it's a fish day. So, but that was great.
Obviously, you went on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Well, how did?
And they have amazing steaks too because that's all cattle country out there.
Oh yeah, and they have something
The buffalo burgers.
and something else round that was from a buffalo. That I was. Well,
Did you
I'll
guys
pass
try,
on
have
that.
you tried the buffalo burgers?
Yes.
I've tried them before. I didn't think they were too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, out there they were really good too.
They're popular. Yeah.
Yeah, but people coming together. We met people from Mexico. We met people from Switzerland, and I just jump right in there and get them to talk because to me, Born to Ride is about the people and their experience. And I love to see foreigners talking about how great America is and how beautiful it is, but also how kind the people are to bikers. And, you know, I mean, these are people who plan for years and years They even shipped their bikes. So they rode their bikes at Sturgis. It's like a pilgrimage. And there's so many of those great stories out there. I met a guy out there, and he had this big trike. It was like the Starship Enterprise. It was like the Star Trek ship. You've probably seen that guy somewhere. But, those are it's just about characters. And then you see the notorious motorcycle clubs, and, you don't want to get in their way, but that's all part of it, man. It's a very diverse. The lifestyle that we live is diverse. And if anything, we want to bring more people together to understand that aren't bikers yet, that are maybe bikers of tomorrow, to look into what we're giving them. And they say, honey, let's get a motorcycle. We love what these people are doing. We're take them on travel, adventure. We'll make them laugh. We'll make them cry too, man. But that's when we know we got them. Right, Dave?
It's true. It's true because, everybody who is involved in the motorcycle industry knows that bikers are the best people on earth. They're the kindest and the most giving. They spend more money and raise more money for charities than any other group in the world, and we're proud to be a part of that, aren't we?
Yeah, man,
Absolutely.
We're proud to magnify the greatness of great people that happen to be bikers and motorcyclists, if you will. We don't want to piss anybody off calling them bikers, but bikers.
Motorcycle enthusiast is a proper word. It's very PC, Ronnie.
Hey, we're going to ride next time on those electric motorcycles, Dave. What do you think of that?
We're going to be environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
We could do it.
Next, you're going to try and feed me one of them plant-based meatless burgers.
Our electric motorcycle.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a little stereo too, so we can have motor sounds in the background.
Yes.
Dave, did I hear someone in the background? Is Jack? Do you have Jack Sparrow in there again?
Oh, is he?
I think he tried
again?
to call us, and we didn't take his call. But is he there with you?
Yeah, he won't leave is the problem.
He's still there from last week.
He's a squatter, a pirate squatter.
He can't find the black pearl, so he's like hanging out here. Jack, come here.
Put him on, man.
No, come over here.
Jack.
Hello? Yes? Why is the rum always gone, eh?
Because you drank it all, Jack.
Oh, yes, that's exactly right, man.
Jack, we were taking bets. Do you like spice rum or coconut rum?
Yes, I certainly do.
Check. All of the above.
Absolutely. I'll drink it all the time as long as it's for free.
Can Jack give us a Born to Ride radio promo? Come on, Jack. Get him to do it, Dave.
Oh, right. Friends, whenever I'm in the Florida area, usually for Gasparilla, I love nothing more than to stop by Born to Ride Radio because they give me free rum.
And Boss Hogg, right? Jack, have you ever met Boss Hogg himself? He was on a ship with you somewhere.
I don't think so, mate. I think I would have remembered that part, eh?
Probably so. I would think so, Jack. Well, we appreciate it, Jack. Thanks so much.
Tell Dave we said thank you.
I certainly will. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon.
You too.
You too.
Okay, thanks, man.
Aye,
All
the
right.
pirate's life from
That's
me.
awesome.
Yep.
That is absolutely awesome.
Well, another Thursday show.
Booyah.
Boom, in the bag. Okay.
Did he kind of do like a little boom?
Yeah.
No, it was boom. Okay, not boom. Okay. Have a great evening, folks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say,